Good evening for those people still awake. Yes, like me. Yeah, I slept all day. I had my tooth extracted. I've been taking pain medicine and getting my INR back to where it was. INR is the coagulation for the blood. Like my blood is more slippery than every other person's blood. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to shave the back of my neck. I put a link in the description for one of these. These are for like the back of your neck. It's like to take an outline of it, right? And they work, but you can't see the back of your neck unless you have one of those mirrors behind you. And that's definitely the first thing I want to do. The shaving brush I'm using today is a beautiful shaving brush. It's a DS Cosmetics. The knot is kind of big, right? And it feathered out. I had to put like something to hold it there, like a rubber band. It got really fat. Daneem, how you doing, man? How's everything, man? I'm doing fine, man. Hopefully everything's going well for you in Canada. I'm pretty low energy tonight. I'm drinking Celsius Oasis, which is seltzer water, bubbly water with flavor, but no sugar. How's life, man? How's life? And I'm going to be using the Reeve Gulch Killer Fine American Blend. Now, they've made several reiterations with better bases. I don't have a better base. I have the original, and I have what I have. I haven't used it that much, but it does smell good. Is that Jake Paul's drink? Does he drink this kind of stuff, Jake Paul? It's just like water. Does it have? It has energy in it. Okay. It probably has electrolytes. Um, the water with a higher pH, it doesn't taste as good. But it kind of has electrolytes in it. I buy that as well, and it helps lubricate your body or whatever. I'm going to Cali next week. Nice, man. Got to get out of there, man. It must be California. Soap looks like this. This is. Let me wet the face. I'm definitely going to look out for those. They don't have Publix in California. It's a Florida store. You gotta come to Florida. You gotta come to Florida to get Publix. You're not gonna find Publix. You might find Piggly Wiggly. Lucas Poe, what's up, man? How you doing, Lucas Poe? Okay, so this is a boar head, right? And so what the boar head does is it's not as comfortable. I think in the synthetic is like in the middle. I think the synthetic is perfect, right? But if you want a good lather, use a boar's head. But if you want a very comfortable shave, you use something like this, which is a silver tip badger. But it splays. It doesn't splay now, but when it's wet, it splays. It spreads out. But this is like a broom. A lot of people, they'll, but you have to understand the whole purpose of shaving is you have to, I'm sorry, you have to exfoliate, right? It's good to see Lucas Poe in here, man. Yeah, I'm not talking about Frank Olivier anymore, that's all I could afford, Luke. Back then, I'm like, yeah, man, you know, I could afford Frank Olivier. It was $15 back then. Do you have a boyfriend? Yeah, Lucas Poe. No, man, I'm not gay. Nothing wrong with the gays though. Don't think I'm against the gays. I love the gays, but I'm not gay. I love women. I prefer black women. You know, I don't like any cream in my coffee, as they say. Yeah. Do you love black women? Back off, Cuddles is mine. Yeah. I think of you sometimes, Luke, and I'm glad you're here. When I worked high school, the principal wanted me to work to be a coach. And I didn't want to be a coach, and he was pissed off about that. He called me in his office. I was on the morning announcements. I did the morning announcements for the school. So on video. So I was kind of well known. Yeah, it is what it is. This is a brand new brush. I have to break it in. Teaching college English at a prison. Dude, I'll be honest with you. Shit. I bet you I could. I let my teaching license go. Dude, I would love to work in a prison as a teacher. They wouldn't look down at that. It was all bullshit anyway, but still they wouldn't look down at it. Women could be dangerous, man. Dude, that's a good gig. Maybe I should do that. My mom says I should get a job. It's not a bad gig. My one of my friends, he used to sub, and he has a very high. I think he's like I don't know what he's been doing it for 30 years. He's like at the highest point now. Like I guess he controls a correctional facility. He has his own. He's a real nice guy. When I had my surgery, he came and visited me like 3 times. He used to play for Eastern Kentucky University as a linebacker. Then he played pro. I forgot which team he played pro. He's fast as hell. He's strong as hell. We used to hang out and play Madden back in the days. Like I'm not a big fan of this soap. That's why I still have it. Like this soap's got to be 10 years old. I'm not getting what I want out of it. It's like I'm working it too much. Yeah. And I'm not even close to where I want to be. Or maybe it's the new brush. Dude, that's the gig I should. You know what? I gotta talk to him. About maybe getting into the correctional facility and teaching. The kids I taught were all like that too. Anyway, one kid I taught him in 6th grade, and I saw him like get into a fight and step on some kid's face. I was like, shit, man, this kid's brutal. And one of my friends contacted me. They say, yeah, he went to prison for murder. And you want to hear something else? Another guy I worked with, I showed it on another stream. I said his name. I'm not going to say his name again. But Kevin looked it up and he goes, hey, is this the guy? I said, yeah, that's him. We team taught together. And he went to prison. He was like cheating on his wife. And I don't know what happened exactly, except he threw the girl in the lake after he killed her. I don't know if it was on purpose he killed her, but then he had to get rid of the body. So he asked, it was all over the news too. He asked the custodian if the custodian knew anybody that could get rid of a body. And he was the principal at the time. He became the principal, or the AP. He was the AP at the time. And he asked the custodian, do you know anybody that could? He was AP at a high school. We were good friends too. He used to come over here. He was all over the news. He was like this short, stocky guy. He played college football too. I don't know what position he played. I forgot. He was a tough guy. And let me tell you, all the women at the school loved him. All the women at the school loved him. Principals are psychopaths. Dude, I know. Like what happened to me, I could have got transferred. The principal knew she was lying. The students didn't admit to anything. It was just all bullshit. And she made up a story saying she's an aunt of a student. It was all. She lived with a student. It was fucked up. He could have said, you know what, you did wrong. I did wrong. Go to another school. Get transferred out of here. Maybe you're not cut out for high school. Working in elementary school. That'd be cool. That's all right. Because I didn't want to have to explain the whole story. It wasn't what it was intended. It was supposed to be they were supposed to meet us at the park, and then they needed a ride and all that. And then it was like, fuck. Yeah, fuck. It was like then it became like a situation. You know? Not a straight edge razor. But yeah, I think a lot of people frown upon that. Oh, they don't read the whole thing. Shout out to Rocket who read the whole thing and cleared my name. But what my friend did, I think it was a blunt force object. What I think is he just punched her, and she died, and he freaked out. That's what I think, right? But okay, he punched her. He should have called the police and took accountability. She has to go to the emergency room, whatever. But he tried to hide the whole thing. And then he kept her in the trunk of his car. He kept her in the trunk of his car. And then he threw her in the lake. Miami's a different kind of place, man. This ain't Iowa, man. It's brutal. I know that guy had a temper, though. He had a bad temper. But you don't hit a woman, man. Not a dude. Yeah, and then when I got back, one of the school board members was my friend, and he was pissed off at the principal. And I think, good night, Cuddles. Good seeing you. All right, good seeing you too, man. I love seeing you. Oh, everything's off. Oh, yeah, a little bit here. I gotta shave the back of my head. Hold on. That's good enough for tonight. I gotta figure out how to make it. Oh, that way to do this. Oh, hold on there. Nope. There's no way to make it stand up. Okay. And another guy I work with he worked with severely emotionally disturbed kids. He killed his boyfriend, and he went to jail for the rest of his life. And he was a football coach. Maybe working with severely emotionally disturbed kids could really affect you. I'm going to take off my shirt. I'm all bruised up. I don't want to show my stomach because it's all bruised up. But I'm going to... This one is a cheap one. I put a good one in the description. This is old. I want to get the new one. This one is all right. The new one looks a lot better. And all you do is make it line up with the back of your head, which you can't see. Right? And attempt... I mean, it's kind of an in-between thing. You know? I got to work in this brush anyway. Do I have it the right way or the wrong way? Let me see. Yeah, I guess since I haven't been streaming, my numbers have dipped big time. And so I just do this in between haircuts. I mean, I think it's level. You can kind of feel. Thing is, sometimes you cut it too low. I think I have it on backwards. They have a better one on Amazon. This is a cheap one. It works still, so I use it. And I do plan on getting the better one eventually. Okay, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay. Most of the time it comes out straight. Let me show you what it looks like. Hold on. That's what it looks like. It's usually straight, sometimes a little crooked, but that's what I did, you know? And it's good for in between haircuts because haircuts are expensive. And you could use an electric razor if you want, but the electric razor is very uncomfortable. This is smoother. Let's put this up here. This is a beautiful brush. I put it right there. Put it right there. And now we're gonna throw on some aftershave and some cologne. Oh, damn! I made a mess here. I made a mess today. Ooh, sorry. Yeah, the numbers have been dying. 3 people. Okay, so a nice aftershave I can use. Let's get a nice aftershave. This is Barrister Man. This is Barrister Man Cool Reserve. They have Reserve. This is like Cool Reserve, so it has menthol. Really nice. Smells like an old school barbershop with menthol. Barrister Man. Yeah. Put some on the back. Yeah, it really smells like a old school barbershop for real. Yeah. It's all right. And they have, when they first came out, Barrister Man came out with 3. And I think the other 2 really didn't sell too much, but this one kept on selling. It's better for the summer, but it's real old school smell. Old school barbershop. Real nice. Real nice. I should put on old school cologne, but I don't have any. So I'm going to be wearing Silver Mountain Water Cologne. I told Christiano this is his best house that he sells. This is Arabiat. Arabiat makes good stuff. I have the Green Iris Tweed clone from them, and I have the Silver Mountain Water clone from them. So it's going for $60, but you could use Mr. 50 and get it for 30, like half off. Real good deal. And silver water smells okay, like the negative, maybe soapy and metallic, but the positive, ultra fresh. Smells really fresh. It has like a tea note in there, so it's really relaxing. I like it. It's really come together, and I believe in this whole thing that when you buy a cologne, like they're not going to smell great like they do in the department stores right away. You have to wait a week, and it will come together. And finally, let me trim some nose hairs. Right, comes with 3 attachments. Link in the description for this. Right, and it's the Norelco. And the 3 attachments are one for the eyebrows, one for the ear hairs, and then one for the nose. And I'm just going to use the nose right now. And I don't have any hairs. It does a real good job. But I don't have any hairs to show it off because I use it all the time. Nose hairs are disgusting. You don't have nose hairs. Right. Let's see if I have any. Yeah. And then it has the 3rd attachment, which is for, you have to go against the grain. See, it has a 3rd attachment. And this is, you just go against the grain. But I'm looking at my eyebrows right now. I don't have any extra long hairs or anything, so it's not going to do anything. But those are the 3 attachments it comes with. And so if you want something a little extra, it's going for $20 with the 3 attachments. It's the number 2 selling nose trimmer on Amazon. They have another one going for like $12. That's the number 1 one. You know, depends on what you want. This one has 3 attachments. The other one, I don't believe the other one does have 3 attachments. I like this. $20. It's a Norelco. It's gonna last. You know, it's gonna last. How long I've been streaming? Shout out to the 3 people who gave a thumbs up. And yeah, let me go over pretty much what I used today. Okay, I used this right here, which is the Gillette Fusion, right? Some people say it's not aggressive enough, and they get razor bumps with it. You almost sound like Jonah Hill. I don't know who Jonah Hill is. I think it's an actor, right? So, you know, everybody knows how this works, right? You just take it off. I'm going to put a new one on. And then, boom. I think this is maybe the best razor for somebody that's a beginner. But I'll be honest, I prefer the Schick Quattro titanium. They're titanium coated. It's a little more aggressive, and I enjoy my shave a little more with this razor right here. Schick Titanium Quattro 4 blades. It's titanium coated, so it lasts a long time. I sound like Jonah Hill. I gotta Google that after who Jonah Hill is. Is that an actor? Um, I used this beautiful brush by DS Cosmetic, the Ken Surfs brush. Okay, it's boar head. Now, a lot of people may not like the boar head. I like the boar head because it's good with exfoliation. You know, it's probably the most uncomfortable bristles, but it gives you a good lather. This is new, so I have to work it in. I didn't get the best lather today, I'll be honest. I have to work it in, but this is kind of an old soap. This is 10 years old. They do have a new formula, fine American blend. It smells like Rive Gauche, which is a discontinued, I think it's discontinued male cologne by Yves Saint Laurent. And it's a decent soap, you know. I just didn't get what I wanted out of it today. And then I used, as the cologne, you can find this at bestbrandsperfume.com. This is a Silver Mountain Water clone. And like I told Christian O, who has the channel Best Brands Perfume, I told him this is your best house. And so he's trying to push this house now. And he's offering this for 50% off. I think the code is, I don't know, Mr. 50, Unc, I don't know. But anyway, if you sub to his channel, you'll find out. This is Silver Mountain Water, which is an old school cologne by Creed, kind of soapy, metallic, really, really fresh, really nice. And I always describe the negatives first, like soapy and metallic, because I don't want you to say, "Oh man, I thought it was so great." It is great, but you're also gonna get that soap and metallic, right? But it's really fresh. The freshness really pops more than the soapiness and the metallic notes. But I had to bring everything up, right? I got 32 minutes. Yeah. And let's see, I went over the brush, went over the razor, and I used one of these. This is an old one, okay? They do have a new one they sell on Amazon. I put the link in the description. It's the last link, and it's going for $19.99. It's a better one than this one. It's silicone. It's like nice and thick, this and that. I don't have that one. I'm still using this one. And I usually shave the back of my neck in between haircuts. And the back of my neck looks like this with what I used. It may or may not be straight, but usually, it helps line up what you can't see. And I like it. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. Take care, everybody. Have a good day tomorrow. And stay safe. Stay healthy. Don't drink and drive. Everything else positive. Stay positive. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.